Welcome to another Tuesday Pilates mat workout. My name is Kristin Olson. I'm the owner of Absolute Pilates. I'm here at the studio. Today we're going to go over our mat workout, but then I'm going to save some time afterwards. And we talked last week about specializing in just making your feet do a little bit more movement, getting them stretched out, making them just feel a little bit better, maybe after you get out of those climbing shoes or high heel shoes or just uncomfortable shoes in general. So we'll work on that a little bit more, give that a little bit more attention and focus today. I will also go over the same feet, happy feet exercises with you also on Thursday this week too, just so that we can review those, maybe get to know those movements a little bit better if you like them. All right, so some props that we will need before we begin. We will need, I am using marbles, but you don't need to use marbles. You could use anything that you could pick up with your feet. So you could also grab a pencil, some pebbles, anything that you think is safe enough for you to grab with your feet and your toes to pick up. So one down. The next thing is anything that is able for you to roll your foot on. So this is a lacrosse ball, but you could also use, if you have a hand weight, you can also use a hand weight as long as it's sturdy enough for your foot to rock and roll over. So anything like a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball, or a golf ball would work as well. Anything for your foot to roll on. You'll also need, I rolled up 2 hand towels. So we'll be using, grab 2 hand towels and you're good to go. We'll roll them up a little bit more. And last but not least, I have a pole that I'm using, mainly what you're using the pole for. So a broomstick would work, a wall would work as well. So what you're basically going to be using that for is just to help you with balancing if you need it. So those are our props today. Make sure also that you have a towel if you need for your head again, for the mat work exercises. Again, omit any exercise that does not agree with your body. Just leave it out. Join us in the next exercise. And we're going to just begin shortly. I'm just going to adjust my camera. We're going to start with just some standing, those high knee lifts, just to get our blood flow moving and on this kind of dreary-ish day in Wisconsin. So here we go. Let's see. Ooh, a little bit. A bit lower. One more adjustment. Let's see if we can get just the mat view. All right, here we are. So we're going to do some high knee lifts just to warm up. I want your hand on top of the other hand. Think about, again, supporting and standing on that one leg as you raise the other. So we're going to do 10 knee lifts. A little bit of that Pilates stance, heels together, toes apart will work really nicely here with your lift. So lift up 1, 2, 2. Try to stay in the same place. I'm pulling my abdominal muscles in and up. I'm keeping my back strong while I'm supporting that one leg to lift, really standing on that support leg. And now we're going to go to the side. So 10 to the side with the knee going to the elbow. Try to lift as high up as you can. And again, abdominal muscles are in and up. And try to get that knee to the side. One more set. And arms down. So we're going to lay down on our backs now. Again, if you have a more padded mat, make sure that that mat is supporting your back and your spine. You will be rolling on your back. Grab your pillow for your neck. And we begin with the famous 100, right? So rolling all the way down. We're going to take a moment to just work on 3 big, long breaths. This is helping you anchor your back. Inhale again through the nose. And exhale out of the nose. So legs bent allows more of your lower back to get more anchored in. If your legs are straight, you can do 2 more breaths, just trying different leg positions. And ribs are pulling down, lower abs are pulling in and up. So we'll take 1 more inhale and 1 more exhale, trying to get all that surface area anchored in. So we're going to bend the knees into the chest. Again, they can stay planted here, or you can bend them in and lift them up. Just keep a soft bend if your knee or if your legs are tight. Curl up your head and your shoulders, so tips of your shoulder blades up off of the mat. Begin strongly pumping. On your inhale, pump 5 times. On your exhale, try to pump 5 times. And inhale. And exhale. You're pumping with a purpose. Again, this is another great warm-up. You can lower the legs. Joseph Pilates' ultimate goal was just a few inches off of the mat, so you could hang out here if you'd like. As long as the abs are not pushing out in the lower back, isn't arching off of the mat. You gotta find what can challenge you, but is doable. So 1 more inhale, 1 more exhale, and bend the knees into the chest. And remember, at any point in time, you can lower your head down, give it a little break, and any of those curling up movements. So we're going to do the roll up, lift up the head, curl 1 vertebrae out to begin. We'll do those again, progressions through this movement. So take an inhale first. Belly button pulls to spine. You're trying to stretch out this portion of your back as you roll down. We're just going to go halfway for the first 3 and just see where our back is at. Is it tight? Does it need more stretch? You can use your hands as resistance or arms to create the resistance. So use those arms. That's not cheating. Because then as you grab onto the back of the leg, you can pull deeper into your lower abdominal muscles. So take the time to get the back to stretch in order, vertebrae by vertebrae. This is 3. So now we're going to roll all the way down if possible. Inner thighs are squeezed. You lift the arms up. The ribs pull down in the opposite direction of where the arms go. We bring our arms to the ceiling, lift the head up. Without momentum, you curl forward. Let's do another one like that. Options for legs is to straighten your legs. You can keep them bent the entire time. Again, you got to find what is your best roll up. So legs can go straight. If you reach them straight, your abdominal muscles are pulling in and up. You're stretching above your legs. And then you roll down. Not too bad, right? So we're going to just check it one more time. And do your best to roll evenly without favoring a side. Our hands come down by your side. Now remain on your back as you bend your right knee to your chest. Give it a stretch first, because this is our first kind of warm up of that leg. And then stretch it up as straight as you can. And then your hands are down by your side. Again, they're anchor points. So are your hips, head, shoulder blades, hip and low back. And you're going to cross for 5 circles. Cross to the left. Down, around, up, hold. Cross, around, lift, hold. Cross, around, lift, hold. Your left leg is pinned to the mat. Your abdominal muscles are scooping in and up to pick the weight of the leg up. Reverse. Up, 1. Out, around, cross, 2. The bigger you make them, and sometimes the quicker you make them, right? The more challenging they get. Last one. Bend the knee into the chest and slide it down. Switch legs, bring the left leg into the chest. Stretch up the leg. And then you can keep the leg. Again, the bottom leg can be bent a little bit too. So if you feel, oh, that feels better for my back, my abs are engaged more, then keep your leg bent. So for 5, cross around, up, 1. Cross around, lift, 2. Cross around, lift, 3. Lift, 4. Cross around, lift, 5. Keep your foot loose and reverse. Up, 1. Out, around, cross, 2. Out, around, cross, 3. Check your neck, nice and long. And around, up, hold. Bend the knee into the chest. And lower the foot. Roll up to a sitting position again. Try to roll up every time. Give yourself that opportunity. And we're going to go rolling like a ball. So we're going to lift our bottom up to our heels. Make sure you have room behind you. Grab onto either your ankles, the back of the thigh, the shins. And again, the knees are going to be shoulder width apart, but the feet stay together. So balance on the tailbone. Then inhale, roll back. Exhale, try to remain with your feet touching, not touching, and hold your balance. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale up. So 3 more. Feel every vertebrae. And your brakes coming up are your abs. They're always scooped in enough to pull me back. Rest your feet on the mat. Take your hands by your hips. Lift your bottom up. Straighten out your legs. And now we're into the ab series. So again, lower your head down at any point in time through that series. We're going to go through it with a little bit more of that dynamic flow. Bend your right knee to your chest, right hand to ankle, left hand to knee. Now straighten out the left leg and find an angle that you can keep your back anchored to the mat when you lift up your head and your shoulders. And we're going to go for 8. Switch. 1, 1, 2, and 2, and 3, and 3. Remember, I'm pushing my leg kind of against my hands. My hands are pushing to create the tension. Both knees in. Now you're going to inhale, arms and legs are going to reach up. Inhale, they both go up. My abs pull down. Exhale, I pull in. So 5 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull. 1 more. With head up or down. You can still do these exercises. You give my neck a little break. You're going to go into double or single straight leg. Both legs up. Right hand to as high as you can grab it. Try to keep the leg straight. And switch. And switch. And switch. I'm pushing my leg into my hands. And switch. Pushing it up into my hands. Maybe get a little higher. To keep that powerhouse strong. Just a few quicker ones. Both legs up, hands behind neck, or remember they can be here underneath your seat by your side. So again, just a few with the head down, hands by your side. Soften the knees. If your legs are tight, you lower. It's your lower abs. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, press away. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, lower, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale, up. 1 more. Inhale away. Exhale up. Crisscross, bend the right knee in and twist towards the right. Hold, hold, hold. Twist, hold, hold, hold. Twist, hold, hold, hold. Twist, but reach, 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 and come down. And you should be cooked by then. And we're into spine stretch forward. So again, feet outside of the mat, feet are flexed. Legs are either bent or straight, depending on how tight the legs may feel to you. And keep, again, working on getting more stretch still into the lower back. So if you don't feel that lower back stretch, bending the knees will help. Arms are out and straight in front of you. Take an inhale. And now you're going to exhale. Your head goes below your arms. And you want to just keep diving forward. Pulling abs in and out. And then inhale. I pretend like I feel like I'm pressing my arms down into something as my abs pull up. So create that resistance again. Exhale. So pretend I'm pressing my arms down, but my abdominal muscles are pulling up. And exhale. press, scoop in, and lift. And last one. And we can grab onto your toes, bend the knees if you're tight, pull a little deeper, and then roll back up. All right, now our test for open leg rocker today. So again, you might not make every single one, but your attempts are just as important. If you need to do like a round 2 to get up, that's fine. So for open leg rocker again, we're going to work on just the balance part first. So that again, the feet are together, hands, I hold onto my ankles. You can grab behind the legs again on that tighter side or a little bit lower on the leg. So we're just gonna lift both legs up first and we're gonna do a little balance test. Without rounding your back, try to lift up your legs, get bent or straight, and see if you can push your legs kind of out against those hands and really lift up through the back. And like we talked about, almost coming too far forward, and then just bend them back down. And then we're gonna do one more balance. We're gonna lift up, close the legs, and then open them back up again. So lift legs, try to find your balance, see if you can close them, even if they're bent. So you're just stretching. I feel a great stretch for me through the back of my legs. So we get to roll now. These are those, you might not get up every time, that's okay. You're just making those best effort to rock back and roll up. So again, you set the tone by lifting up your back and spine. Your abs are what pull you back. And up. So try to spot something, that always helps. I didn't spot the first time, so now that I've found a focal point, I'm lifting, I'm just trying to find that balance. Okay, do 2 more good ones. Rock back. And up. And last one, rock back. Almost. And up. And bring the legs together. And climb down the backs of your legs for the corkscrew. So we're here, keeping our lower back down, lower abs strong, arms pressing firmly down. Circle the legs to the right, around down to the left, back center. So left, down, around, right center. There are 3 levels of corkscrew. The level 1, 2, and 3. So to challenge you in this next corkscrew, you're gonna use your lower abdominal muscles to try to see if you can lift your bottom up with just a few vertebrae, they call that, and then around again. And then try to lift up and then do that circle. And what I do is I press my hands down and I pull my lower abs in, and I do the best to try to get that connection of arm to lower ab and spinal mobility again to get me to curl up through vertebrae by vertebrae. So we're into the saw. I'm going to roll up to sitting. Again, the feet are outside of your mat, or legs outside of your mat. Arms are out again. You're going to go through a breathing pattern here. This is an inhale to twist, and then an exhale. So one arm goes down and back. The other one goes forward towards pinky finger to pinky toe. And again, my abdominal muscles are pulling in the opposite direction. So I inhale, twist. I exhale. You can turn your head as if you're trying to bring your ear to your knee. So twist, exhale, inhale, up, twist. So I'm using my arms in opposite directions, like I'm slicing them. So you feel a lot in this exercise, upper body and the lower body working together, and arms and legs can come together. So we're onto the stomach. We're going to go onto the belly. So turn, get onto your stomach. And we're going to start with the neck roll. Again, find a place that your shoulder blades, again, your upper back can get the arch that it needs. Your goal is to stretch that part versus dumping down into your lower back. So heels together, toes apart. You can either press all the way up with straight arms, or some people like to just go to their forearm. Okay? So press up. Abs are in strong. Inner thighs are, again, glued together. Bottom is, again, clenched tight. You go to the right. Circle down and around to the left and center. Go left, down, around to the right and center and lower. Then you're going to make that fist to fist. You're going to feel like you're trying to pull your fists and your forearms towards you, but they're not going to move. It's more of that pulling to create, again, that tension that we're talking about in resistance. And you're going to then strong again, inner thighs, seat, lower abs, and you're going to bend one leg in. It should be a loose foot, but the hamstring, the back of that leg, the knees are glued together, and you're pulling. So they say kick, kick, but think about it more like a pull to stretch deeper. Remember, the source isn't from the knee. The source is from bending the knee from those muscles above that are staying tight and engaged. So the knee should feel rather loose. Okay, and then come down. Now it's the double leg kick. Both hands come down by your side. You could bring your hands up on your back, elbows out to the side. Again, most important part is to touch those elbows down if you can. So again, both legs. Pull 1, 2, 3. You press down, and then we lift up the upper body. 2, 3. And we turn the head the other way. And 1, 2, 3. And lift, lift, lift. And turn. 1, 2, 3. And lift higher, higher, highest. And you got last one. And 1, 2, 3. And lift, lift, lift. And we're going to take your hands by your chest. You're going to sit back to your heels. Again, you're rounding your lower back. So round this portion, pull your abs in, take a seat down, heels to seat. And then you're going to move both hands a little bit over to the right and just stretch the side of your waist. And then go over to the other side and stretch to that side and back. And we're going to sit up and turn around. So we're going to insert what's called the short box on the reformer. Again, a piece of Pilates equipment. And it has some really good, it's a really good series because it, again, gets that spinal mobility we're talking about. So we're going to first start with the hug. The hands are wrapped around the waist. The legs, again, could be about hip width apart, just like you're doing that neck pull, and feet flexed. And then you're just going to roll back as far as you know that you can, roll back up. So we roll back for 5 of these. So pretend your legs, even if you have something at home like a couch to put your legs on or feet underneath you, but usually on the reformer there's a strap right around the ankle here, and it's bolting your legs. So again, you can do that roll up, and you truly are hugging, so you are rolling, and then exhale. And I'll just show you in the last one, if you can go all the way back, then the arms can come up overhead, and then you bring them back, chin to chest, and curl forward, and then you're gonna sit up. So now envision if you could use that broomstick, but you don't have to. You can just envision that you're holding on to a pole with both arms. So you're gonna lift up really tall, and you're gonna hinge back, but your arms just follow where your body goes. Your arms don't initiate the movement. The other option is hands behind the back of the neck with elbows out wide. So let's do 3 more. Inhale, flat back, and up. So now I'm using the back muscles, the abs. I'm trying to keep my back from wavering. I'm like a piece of steel hinging from my hips. And your body will tell you how far you can go back, right, before you feel like you're going to collapse through that movement. And then the next movement, side to side. So I'm going to face you for this one. Again, if you have on the tighter side with legs, just bend the knees a little bit. So again, pretend you're holding onto that pole in front of you. Take that inhale and reach over to one side and come back up, and think about keeping the head in the middle of the arms. So your arms are doing the steering. Okay, I'll do 1 more or 2 more here to the side view. So I'm a little bit slightly pitched forward, and I'm gonna pull in from my abdominal muscles here, and I'm just gonna do my best reaching a little bit forward and over. I don't wanna steer with my arms, I wanna steer with my waist. The other way to do it is hands behind neck. You can try that. Let's see if you need it at home to strengthen this upper part of your back. Hands behind your neck is a great spot to be. And then we have the twist. And the twist is doing that flat back movement, but we're gonna rotate and twist first, and then see if we can flat back in that twist position. So hands behind the neck. We're gonna inhale, twist, hinge back, lift up, and center. Twist right, hinge back, lift up, and center. Twist. You gotta come up straight and flat. Center, twist, reach, lift, and center. And then we have the tree. So the tree is a progression again. I'm going to show you it all so that you can kind of choose what step you want to feel like you can do. And you're going to bend one leg in. You're going to grab behind the back of the thigh. I usually then grab my wrist. Okay, so I kind of put my forearm underneath my knee, and then I pick it up. And the idea here is that I'm keeping my back up straight, and I'm keeping my knee into my chest as strong as I can. So I'm going to not move my knee now, and I'm going to see how high that leg, that loose leg and foot, from the knee to the foot, it's loose. You're going to do 3 up and downs, or 4. Let's do 1 more. And then keep it there. You're going to climb your hands out on your leg, either bent or straight.
and then you're going to bow to the leg. So now you're going to stretch all of this back area into the leg, and we're going to tilt back, and you're going to climb. Now, how far you climb back is up to you. Climb back down a little bit, abs are in strong, and then you climb back up your leg. We do 3 of those. The leg, this is why I think it's called the tree, right? Like you planted your tree, and now you're climbing up the tree. And you got last one. How far you go back is up to you. And then you finish by taking the, again, hand behind the knee, bending the leg. Let's just sit up really tall again and finish that posture type movement again. We want to strengthen up the back. It's for the back. And then we lower the foot. So you're going to go through that same exercise movement and pattern with the right leg. So take it again behind the back. Again, if you're tighter, just grab where you can. And you're going to go up against the chest, sit up really tall, and do the best you can then to move the leg. Loose foot and knee. Okay, and then from there, you climb up, again, bent or straight, and you pull and bow down to the leg. That's your stretch. And then from there, tilt back. Now we've planted it. Now it stays there, and you climb away. And then you exhale and you climb back up. So it's going to help your teaser, because it is kind of like that single leg teaser, except for the leg is higher, but you're working on that roll up again. This is how Pilates has that repetition of patterns of movement, so you can improve by trying different ways or places to do them. And then we want to again sit up tall through our back. So just hold it. Lift, lift, lift. Feel like a puppet on a string. And then you can rest the foot down. So that's the short box series on the mat. We're going to now go through just the seal, just to kind of get that back limbered up. And then we'll finish up with our happy feet movements. So we got behind the back, or behind the heel, side of the heel. Hold on with your feet and do your open and close with both hips moving out to the sides and knees out to the sides, and then roll back. So let's do 6 of these. Remember, it's just like rolling like a ball. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you want to stand up by crisscrossing the legs, do so. If not, just stand up. And come down. All right, so here's where you don't need your mat. I'm just going to get, well, for me, I don't need my mat just because it's on more of that rubbery, sticky side. I want to be able to slide my foot. So we'll just get rid of the mat. And then, let's see, I will grab, again, you can grab a pencil, you could grab marbles, something that you can pick safely up with your feet. That didn't work at all. Let's go up a little higher here. We'll just have to back up a little bit more. All right. So again, you're just making a pile. You're gonna grab your marbles with your feet, move them over, drop them, okay? So I'm just gonna make just a small little pile of marbles. And then your challenge
And if you can see the marbles, right? Let's move them back a little bit here. Okay, so in your challenges, pick up some marbles with your toes, right? Grab them and then just move them and pick up another few. See how many you can pick up. Or the pencil, you can grab the pencil or the pen and move it. So in the studio, I think this was a few years ago, I had a marble picking contest. We did, I think, how many marbles you could pick up in 30 seconds. I can't remember the amount of people that got up into like I think that we're in the 60s, something like that, I thought. So again, it's just an exercise. You can do this with your family. You could have a marble picking contest if you have a pair of marbles. But you just want to grab all of just a few and then move it back. So I'm going to do the other foot, of course. You can get creative with this. You can, you know, put them out here and drop them and put different in different spots. It's just to get your toes to do kind of like that shovel action. Even just reaching down, scooping them, and getting your feet to fan out and your toes to fan out is a good kind of a little sticky here. Stuck on my pinky. Last one. Okay, so that's your marble picking exercise. It's a Joseph Pilates exercise, or at least as far as I know, that's how I learned it. So have fun with that one. That one's just a great way to get feet just working on just getting those toes to extend and reach and then grab, but really reach and think about your feet when you do that movement. Okay, so we got the marble exercise or the picking up pencils, that monkey toe kind of movement. Okay, so then next we're going to grab onto rolling your foot on a ball. So if you have, I have the lacrosse ball, tennis ball, golf ball, even the weight we were talking about will work, a hand weight. So again, this is going to soften that tissue that's underneath your foot. So all this tissue down here needs to get, you know, stretched out, and we're just going to loosen that up. So if you haven't done this before, don't be too hard on your foot depending on the ball that you have. Just put a medium kind of pressure and just roll it back and forth. Actually, it feels really good. Getting all that tissue underneath that foot to just stretch out. Sometimes it can be pretty sensitive and tender. So again, just watch the amount of pressure. Make sure you get into the middle, get into maybe more of the inside and the outside. So all that surface area, or if you find a spot, you can just hold it a little bit and roll it slower. Okay, so all of that just feels really good to soften up after being in tight shoes or just uncomfortable shoes for a period of time. And then we're going to switch. So we've got the other, both feet need it. Roll it back and forth. So that feels really good on the foot. Just getting that stretch. Find a spot that feels good, but make sure you get through all that surface area. Your feet will thank you when they're done. right? All right, so we know that we stretched now underneath the soft tissue here of underneath the foot, but we're also going to stretch now all the way up through the front of the foot. So when I did this exercise yesterday, I felt it more through like the top ankle area, but it should be feeling a stretch anywhere along the front top of your foot. So basically like a foot drag. And I'm using, again, the pole, but again, you can grab a broom. You can also use a wall, okay? Just something so that you can balance on, okay? And step back a little bit. So we're gonna drag the foot. I'm gonna start from the side view here so you can see me. We're gonna step back with my left leg I'm gonna start with. And I'm gonna reach back that leg. I'm gonna bend the front leg, so I'm in a lunge, and I'm gonna relax the front of my foot, and I'm just gonna drag it up. Okay, so I'm gonna reach back. So I'm basically now just getting my big toe, the top of my big toe, I'm focusing in on. Okay, and then I'm gonna go more inside. So I'm gonna turn so that I get a little bit more inside, and I'm gonna drag the foot. Okay, so out and drag. Okay, and then you're gonna go a little bit more, think about your big toe, and you're gonna go the other way. So I go now to the left a little bit. So you're gonna reach back again. So we did top, and then one side of your big toe, and the other side of your big toe, okay? And then you're gonna go and do 2 more drags with your pinky. So now you're gonna reach back and grab more of your pinky and drag that through, okay? And without dragging, you could reach back and just gently lunge a little bit and just hold, okay? So you can hold those spots, inside, outside, okay? So holding it or dragging it. So foot drag, we're gonna change sides. Let's see, I'm gonna go a little lower. Let's see, without facing me, we'll see if we can get that a little closer, okay? So I'm up here, I'm gonna take my right leg now, we're gonna reach back, so it's the top here of my big toe, and then I'm gonna go more here, I'm gonna try to go more here, and then I'm gonna go to pinky. So reach back, bend, top, drag it in. So that's the front. Okay, now I'm gonna go a little bit more to the side, see? So now I'm here, out, drag. And then I'm gonna change it and I'm gonna go more inside. And then we're gonna go more pinky. Okay, so stretching the front of the foot. And then just with the camera in this position, I know you can't see my face, but now you're gonna grab your 2 towels and you're basically spacing them. You're spacing them where I kind of feel like, let's say your foot was in a bowl and you could lift up your toes and you could try to get your heels to go up a ramp. So toes up a ramp, heels up a ramp. So I'm gonna make sure that I position, my toes are going up, right? And then my heel is Roll this a little bit more. Okay. So now I'm gonna stretch all of the bottom of the foot. Okay. Go up a little higher here. So I'm just gonna do some, again, let's go up with the camera. Just, actually, we can't do that. We're gonna keep it there. All right, you're just gonna do lunges. Okay. So I'm lunging. And let's just switch legs, just because I had it in a pretty good spot. And again, these towels might shift a little bit on you, but do the best you can to feel. Do a few lunges here to stretch. So we'll add on a little more to that that sequencing of feet a little bit more. There's a few that I left out just because time didn't allot for it today, but we'll review some of that foot movement again. So have your props with you on Thursday. We'll make sure that we go over a little bit more in depth feet. So I hope your feet feel happy today. I hope you had a great workout, and we'll see you hopefully on Thursday, or just click on that Adventure Rock YouTube channel at any point, and you can watch any of the videos, and definitely tune into all those other great videos that Adventure Rock's putting out. So thank you for joining me. We'll see you on Thursday.